I am that I am. Adamus of sovereign domain. Sensual. Very sensual. So many layers to this. Very, very sensual. And it leads me to wonder, and perhaps you begin to wonder, why have you resisted sensuality for so long? Real feelings, beauty, richness. How long has it been since you've had those deeply sensual feelings? And how long has it been since you've really allowed yourself to feel into the greatest love story that has never been told yet? The love story between yourself, the human, the master, the I am. What a beautiful, beautiful musical opening to our gathering today. Feel into it for a moment and take a look at what's happening to you. You could have watched this same video 5 years ago, even a year ago, and perhaps not the same feelings. You're waking up, you're opening up something within you. You're allowing sensuality after a long, long, long gray, flat period in your life. You're finally allowing it. We're going to get into that today, what's happening and why. I want you to look at today as really kind of a perspective of where you are. Not a lecture, you're not really learning anything new, but you're discovering really where you are right now. And one of the great things is a return to sensuality, but it begs the question, why did you put it out for so long? Where did it go? Why did you let yourself go gray and flat for so very, very long? And I guess I have to ask the question, are you ready for deep sensuality in your life? I love this opening also because it's such a beautiful example of communing. Sam talked about it a lot at our big gathering recently in Slovenia. And the gathering not so far from where there were mystery schools in the past, well, within 30 kilometers from some of the mystery schools. They're not there anymore, but it was so good to be back once again in that era and that area. And what a difference. Really, truly, the mystery schools are beautiful, but what a difference now in the energies of Shambhala. Sam talked about communing. You see, he, as an ascended master, realizes that all energy is communication. It's the soul communicating. It's singing to you, just like this song sang to you. It's singing to you. Every bit of energy in anything, even if it's something you'd consider bad or negative, it's still just energy, and it's all communications. This song that just played was communing with you. It's music, of course, one of the greatest ways to commune. It's music, but it's communing on many different levels. You weren't just hearing the musical notes, the singing in your ears. It went far beyond that. And it's kind of almost, in a way, I don't want to call it a test, but it's a question put before you. Are you ready to feel deeply into everything? A song like this. Are you ready to feel deeply into your own life, into everything that you do? Because that's where we're going. Deep sensuality. Sam talked about communing. You see, he's an ascended master come back in human forms. And like you, he still has the human challenges. He still has to put up with everyday mass consciousness. What he does is communes. He listens and feels all of the energies. It's no longer the noise of a machine, a loud machine next door. It's a communing of energies. That's how he deals with it. The human thinks, oh, that machine next door at the neighbors is so loud and noisy, or the traffic, or whatever it happens to be. The human looks at it as it's irritant, And you know what that's like. You get a lot of it. They're just irritants off of energy from other people. Sam doesn't look at it that way. All energies are communing, and it's not good or it's not bad. They're just singing, a constant rejoicing of being in service. That's what energy does. And then Sam communes back. He doesn't start talking to trees. He is not talking back to a video like this. He opens himself and lets his energy and his consciousness commune back. He doesn't try to mentally direct a message. He doesn't try to put it to words saying this is beautiful or this is inspiring. He simply opens up. There is a natural communication that takes place when you open up, when you let it be, when you allow. And then you have a flow now going from you, the human in your experience, into all the energies around you, and they commune, they sing back. And again, you don't even try to put it into words. Please don't. Please don't define it. Allow this open communing, and you'll discover the beauty of energy being here in service to you. Acknowledge this communion. Acknowledge that every energy is talking to you, communing, singing, and then open yourself up. That's the next step. I think some of you have started to already feel this communing taking place. Maybe not sure how to define it or what it is, but you're feeling something. The next step is to open up yourself. That's a big step. You've been closed down for so very long. It's a very, very big step to expose yourself. But as we get into this shout today, I'll explain to you why you can do that now, why it would have been difficult a few years ago. Yes, dear Sam, and his talk about communing. He said it's the new breathing. You take a deep breath. Now let's take a commune. He was so right with that, it actually amused me. I wished I had thought of it. We go beyond just taking a deep breath, in other words, just surviving and being present, now into being interactive, and more than that, creatively interactive with all energies. So let's take a deep commune with that. Yes, Sam, with his talking about communing is the new breath, the new breathing. And our dear friend, Kuthumi, I liked what he said also. In his encounter with Akira, his soul, he was so mad at his soul. Could you imagine that, being mad at your soul? Yes. Yeah. A lot of good it does you. He was so mad at his soul. He set up his soul to be the enemy. I mean, it was truly the enemy. And there were times when he realized it was his soul, but other times he thought it was the devil, a demon, and he set up the soul to be his enemy. But he finally did what some of the things we'll talk about today. He finally got to the point of being able to hear the commune from his soul saying, Kuthumi, it is not what you believe. It is what you allow. And there is such a big difference between the two, such a big difference. It's not what you believe. The mind can make up all sorts of beliefs. It's not about that. Your beliefs are not going to get you much of anywhere, except in a box. It is rather about what you allow, what you're willing to open yourself to. And allowing, of course, is the openness between you and the I am, you and the master. Allowing this integration to occur, allowing them into your life. It's not what you believe. Beliefs are entanglements for the most part, delusions. Beliefs are limited. Beliefs are very temporary. It's not what you believe, it's what you allow. And what you're really allowing is the greatest love story to be told. Not the greatest love story that was ever told, but the greatest love story to be told between you and the I am. I do love I'm not always a fan of the music that's selected, but I do love this video because it so depicts the beauty, the absolute beauty. And it's also interesting to note here, not that it was designed this way, but it turned out this way. You know, the Father is blind. The Father is blind. And so is the Master. The Master is blind to the human weaknesses, to the human biases. The Master is blind to anything that's been done by the human in the past. It doesn't care. It's not judging. It's not even trying to teach. It's not trying to improve the human. The Master is blind to everything except the joy and the love it has for the human. Maybe we'll play this again before the end of our session. Just depends how far we get. Linda with the microphone, please.
Oh boy.
It's time for our first interaction.
Be afraid.
This is kind of interesting, and again, not a test. This is more kind of a benchmark, seeing where we're at. 3 awarenesses that you have right now. 3 awarenesses that you have.